Hi, Vicky.
Hi, Fernando. Thank you so much for doing this. How are
You're
you?
very, very welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Nice hair.
Hair, oh, it's the same as it was before.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Thank you ever so much. How are
Yeah.
you, by the way?
I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good. I got to spend some time at the beach this morning. I
Oh,
got
very
to
nice.
work a little bit with a few clients today. I I ate some bananas, which I love. And how
Banana.
are you? What?
I'm very good. I got a few weeks off, so I'm able to do my interviews and my work. So it's good. It's good. I had an accident again, not
Oh,
long.
good. What kind of accident did you have this time?
Same. I fell off my racing bike onto the road again. So
Of course you did. How fast
yeah.
were you going?
Uh, Actually, I wasn't going really fast. It was just because it was on after a storm, so it was really slippery, and I was well. Actually, I was going fast because I was only like 2 seconds from home, and it was on the red traffic lights which turned green, and I just wanted to get on the pavement, and I fell into the road. So,
Nice.
but
Nice.
I
And I'm wondering what your angel, your guardian angel, was thinking not to catch you. Like, were you going that fast that your guardian angel was not there? Or he was like, or she was like, you know what? I'm gonna look the other way because she knows better not to
yeah.
cross a red light.
Yeah, no, actually it was red turning into green, and I was just ready to take off. No, actually, my guardian angel was like, when I go into emergency, all my angels were saying, good you had the helmet, because has been completely smashed and you wouldn't be here, and it's on your arm. So, but it's the second time I have recovered from my first accident, which was very similar. And then 2 weeks later, I'm just back at the emergency again.
Good. You seem to like, having going back there. Do you like the room there? Is it the environment?
And no, I just I just like having the time off, I guess. Because first time actually was second day at work. I started a new job, and it was my second day at my job, and I hurt my back. I broke my coccyx, and then I
Good.
and I actually never took any time off. I worked the whole 3 months while in recovery, because I worked as a stylist, and I was just walking around. I didn't have to sit down.
No wonder you look so amazing.
And then the second accident happened my 2 days back to work after a month. So,
Second day, you're like, I'm out of here.
yes, and actually the doctor said, no, you're legally not allowed to go back to work for another month and a half. So it was just my angel saying, sit down. Sit.
Yes. Sit your ass down right now. Don't move. It's
Yes,
time to
yes.
relax.
Yeah, just be kind to yourself. Stop being kind to everybody else. Just be kind to yourself.
Yeah, come on. You're too kind to everyone. You need to stop doing that, Vicky. You know
Yeah.
better. You need
Yes.
to be a little mean.
Last time I spoke to one of my friends who is a really good coach as well, and he said, like, Vicky, I have to say something. I don't say this to many people, but you are really twisted.
Oh,
and
nice.
and I said, like, what do you mean? And I got quite upset, because I thought, like, nobody ever said that to me. And
Yeah.
then he left me a space to work it out, what he was trying to say. And I said, do you mean I'm too kind? And he said, like, no, I'm saying you are not kind enough to yourself. That's why you keep having accidents. so,
Oh, yeah.
so that's it. And actually, you know what? Funny enough, the reason why I wanted to talk to you is for a very similar reason, and I somehow found the time to do these interviews because they're very important to
Are
about
you
to do.
crying?
No, it's just my eyes. I have keep my head quite badly, so if I forget what I'm doing, then you can just say stop smiling, be serious, stop crying. Yeah, yeah, I do go through days with quite big headache at the moment. So it's,
I like how twisted you are
I know,
because
but you know what I said to him, and I said, first I was a little bit like, okay, I know what you mean, and I went through this process. You know, when somebody takes you through this unexpected awakening, and you think like, yes, he's right, and you think about your childhood. And I said, no bullshit, you were just looking at my DNA, and DNA is not straight. You're a genuinely nice person. That's being kind. That's my DNA, and DNA is never straight. And it's like, right. So
wow.
instead of being upset, then I thought like, he's good. He can really see into me. The
Yeah.
twisted is good sign.
Yes, and I think one he could have gone one step further or higher, which see how good it is that you are twisted. And
Yeah.
if you were not twisted, you would not be talking with him. You would
Yeah.
not be meeting the people that you meet. You would not be talking with me.
Yeah.
So I think he did good, and he could have gone one step deeper or higher in seeing how a hurricane is twisted,
Yes.
how a wave is twisted, and how a comet is twisted.
Yes, that's true.
And without those things, there's no life, there's no transformation.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
then it would just be like spreadsheets and numbers all the time. There would be no adventure, no surprises, no emotions.
That's right. And you
That's
know what?
right.
I think he was more upset by saying it than I was. I never said anything like that to anyone, but your spirit or your angels are telling me you are twisted. And I said, good for them. They've been drinking with me last night.
Exactly. And he missed out on the party.
That's it. Right. Anyway, the reason why I wanted to talk to you is because I decided to do this, not an interview, but just to go through these questions with the people I think that are genuinely the nicest people I ever came across, or I worked with, or somebody um, sent towards me. And it's mainly because I'm working on this project with youth. And I really want to go into the depth of how how much how much kindness they see around themselves at the moment and how it influences them. And the project I want to do with them will be based on accessing and making the kindness more available, or making it a tool for their development. And because we had COVID and we've been at home for 2 years, sometimes, with people who we never thought we'll be in a lockdown with, or we lost a little bit of touch with people that we thought we were very close with. I thought that this would be a very good time for me to look more deeply into how much we learned from the last 2 years. These questions are not about what you think about COVID or anything. It's more to like a retrospective of how much you learned from it or how you went through it. Not in a personal way, because the questions are not personal. They're just very genuine, but they go back to, let's say, when we were young, as if we were looking at ourselves back. So thank you for doing it, because I'm gonna be doing these same questions with children as well,
Oh, good.
with the very young children, with the youth. I'm doing it with elderly people as well, and I am not gonna write them down, mainly because my right arm is broken, but and my left arm doesn't write as fast. But also I thought, if I and you're doing the recording, which I'm very grateful for, because I wanted to ask you if we can record it so I can go through it afterwards, so I can pay as much attention to your face, to everything, you know, because to me, you probably work in the same way. To be able to have a conversation with someone, you have to be able to be fully present. So I'm not going to be doing any writing. I will read the questions because I change them according one. I'll alternate. So last time I interviewed a kid, so now I'm interviewing an adult. Then I will be interviewing a kid, then a parent, then grandparent, and all that. So
today is the kid or the adult?
no, today you are like an adult. Yeah, that's a good question, because you know, like kid in many ways. I would describe you as the adult. Just leave it, adult, kid, whatever.
Okay, good. I want, if it's okay, I want to be interviewed half the questions as an adult, half the questions as a kid.
Yes, and that's how I designed the questions actually. But what I can do is I can switch them around a little bit. So when you accessing the childhood, like not the childhood, that's not, you understand what I mean, the kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think because you talk so lightheartedly, you are probably in a kid already. So we'll start with that, okay?
Yeah, we'll start with that.
No, so I'll leave the first. I'll leave the first one. Okay, now
Is the plant tickling you there?
no. Okay, I'll start with this one. How easy is it for you, Fernando, to connect to what you wanted to do when you were young to what you're doing now in your life? How easy would you say that they connect, these two things? Or is it exactly the same thing? Or is it something that is completely not connected to what you desired to do when you were young?
To what I'm doing.
Yes.
So how connected they are?
Yes.
Okay. They haven't been fully connected yet, because when I was young, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a policeman.
Yes.
And little by little, I'm getting closer and closer to actually working with law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
So it's coming. It's slowly coming. I don't think I'm going to be a policeman, but I'm going to be working with police. And it's probably going to be helping them release PTSD, phobia, negative emotions, so that when they leave work, they can actually leave work. And when they go home, they are clear. They're clear from work. Their emotions are clear. And so I've been building up to that by the certifications and the trainings I've been taking last year with NLP and hypnotherapy and trainings on psychology. So it's getting there, and it's different than what I expected. I thought I was going to be actually a little soldier or a big soldier, but no, I'm probably not going to be working on the field. I'm going to be working, making sure that those on the field protecting us are actually getting the proper decompression once they leave work.
Okay, so your dream or your desire is connected with what you up to now. Yeah. It's
Yes.
connected. And maybe if I'm correct to say, it's connected in like going around. So it's, the path is different to what you thought would be, yeah?
Yes.
But they are connected. Thank
Yes.
you. Okay, how easy is for you to be kind?
How easy? It's very hard, actually. I don't think so. I think it's easy to be kind. It's actually hard for me to not be kind because then I have to force myself not to be kind. I have to be telling myself, don't be too nice, don't be too nice, or don't be kind. They don't deserve it. They're mean, they don't deserve it. So I think it's easier for me to be kind. And then sometimes I suppress that emotion. And so I feel like the answer is easy. It's very easy.
Okay, so my next question would be, what is the strongest belief that makes you kind?
The strongest belief. Okay, so it's like asking a fish, how does he know he can swim if he's done all his life, he's unconsciously competent about it. So if I were to put words to, it's like, yeah, I mean, it's like asking a heart, how is it that you can beat every day, several times a day? So I have to come up with words. I have to invent labels and words to attach to, say, some another label called belief. I would say that it feels good. Yeah, it feels good. It feels good to be kind.
Yeah, because the question was, what is your strongest belief that makes you kind? Like mine, for example, is that love is the most powerful thing, and any challenges can be overcome by being kind. So that's my strongest belief that always sort of gets involved and makes me being kind. That I think like whatever the situation, for me, love is the most powerful thing, and when it's present, I just behave that way, and that makes me kind. That's my strongest belief. So I wanted to know. Some people may say like, "Oh, my strongest belief that makes me kind is that I have to help somebody." You know, like the belief that you have that is present in your life every time before you make the decision to be kind. Sometimes subconsciously, because this is what this strongest belief in you does. It works subconsciously. So it's something that you that comes to your mind when you question yourself if you should be kind or not.
Okay, I have one for you then that just came to the surface. It is, I ask myself, am I safe now to be kind, or is it safe now for me to be kind? Which similar to, is it safe now for me to be vulnerable?
Yeah.
So I realized that I probably do that unconsciously. I ask that question. Is
You
it
ask
safe?
that question.
Yeah.
So your question is about safety of being vulnerable.
Yeah.
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 And well, in that case, do you always result in being kind because you have an answer for that?
No,
No.
no. So sometimes the answer is no, and then I'm not. It
Okay.
doesn't mean that I'm not,
Yeah.
that I am, say, I'm omitting, or I am not acting out a act of kindness.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I have to, or that I do something that's negative. It's just that I'm not acting out on the impulse or the opportunity. I'm not acting out on the opportunity.
Okay. Yeah, that's why your question about the vulnerability makes sense. Okay. As I'm talking still to Kit, how much do you know about science? 10 out of what? Just put a number out of 10.
Okay. I know about two, three, four and a half,
4.5. Lovely. I will write this down. Music.
maybe 4.55 actually.
Shut up. Is that because 555 is your lucky number like the Chinese?
Yes.
Okay, I put 555. Music.
What about music?
Again, if you would mark how much do you know about music
How much do I know about
out
music?
of 10?
3, 4, 5, 6, 6.7.
So you really split that. Art out of 10. Art. How much do you know about art? Like painting?
Oh, okay. Art. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 3.8.
3.8. Where do you get the second number from?
Oh, I just do kinesiology.
Okay.
So I ask myself, is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 4? Until I go, I feel an impulse saying that's the number.
That's the number. That's cool. I like that. Now, history out of 10.
1.2.
1.2. Okay. And chemistry?
Oh goodness. 1.5.
Fine, so more about. Super, that's fine. Okay, this is
Now, when I'm answering this, as in all the knowledge of chemistry in the world, I probably know 15%. And then and the art, I know the 3.7. So yeah, so I'm answering it as if I were to study everything that's on the internet about that subject, that's where the numbers are coming from.
yeah. So what was the chemistry 1.5?
Yeah. Oh, because I know very little.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense. You know very little according to yourself, yeah?
Yes, according to myself, and I know how to mix things, but I don't know what's behind them. Even with food, the chemistry of food and liquids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the chemistry in general, I meant. Yeah, if you look into medicine, you know, all this, the
Yeah.
chemistry has an impact on us nowadays. Right. Now, this is a question for kid. If you had to design a national flag for a nation that represents country you created, what 5 symbols would you use? Anything.
Okay. Why do we need to?
What comes to your head? Like, you know, some flags, they are red, green, white with the heart in it.
Okay.
With no, that doesn't exist. With the moon, star.
Yeah.
You know, what symbols would you use?
Okay. I'll definitely have to have a soccer ball there.
Soccer ball.
A hug emoji.
Heart emoji.
Hug.
Hug emoji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to have a video game emoji on the flag.
Okay.
I'll have the emoji of the family.
Family. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And I have to have the emoji of a cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger. So we would be emojis.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
The next question is, why do we need a flag for? Why do we need to have a new country?
No, it's just if you had the opportunity to create the country and you had to go to, let's say, some kind of meeting in Luxembourg and your country had to be represented and you were the one who designed the flag. This is what matters to you. This is your world. Yeah. This is what happens to you. And
or maybe Bitcoin logo or the Dogecoin logo would be nice too.
yeah, no, that's adult talking. I'm talking.
Yes. Well, the Dogecoin, which similar to Bitcoin, started as a joke. as a big joke, and now it's valuable at, I think
Yes.
it's a few $100 per coin, where it used to be cents, pennies on a dollar. Now it's a few $100. So what started as a joke became a big joke, and now it's worth a lot. So that's why I said Dodge coin too, because it's like a joke, but
Yeah.
people are actually trading it and buying it.
Yeah. I get that. That's adult talking. So
Okay, okay.
if you had to choose three things, or maybe if you choose one or two, doesn't matter. Things that you had to do, that you were basically forced or made to do by your family or culture, that you are actually grateful for today. Like, for example, when I was little, my granddad made us pray every day and say thank you for food and everything. And it just used to drive me nuts because when you're a kid, you don't understand the principle of it. But
Yeah,
when I look back, now I am very grateful for that because it made me who I am, not just
yeah,
respecting his wishes, but to be able to spend time to do that.
yeah.
So what would be the, let's say, two or three things that you are grateful for that you had to do?
I
That you,
had to eat all the food on my plate.
yeah.
I, I had to wash the dishes.
Mm-hmm.
And now when I go to parties, I'm invited to parties all the time because I'm the best dishwasher ever.
This is
And plus, I eat all the leftovers. So it's like two things I learned as a kid that it's helping me a lot as an adult.
yeah.
It's eating all the food and being a good dishwasher.
Okay.
And I think also respecting the elderly.
Yeah.
So that's something that I had to do,
Oh,
and I'm grateful for that, because
lovely.
a lot of my friends, even when I was a teenager, were older than me, and I learned a lot from people all ages. But if someone has lived more days on this earth than I, they probably know things I don't know yet. So I get to have wisdom passed down to me by respecting the elderly.
Yeah. So it's the easy access to information and
Yeah.
knowledge. Knowledge, no information. It's not. Right. Now the next questions will be for the adult. And I'll
Okay.
I'll start with the one that really connects to the food, and it's how well you eat. Like, how is your food supplying you during the day? Could it be better, or you think you're eating very well?
Okay. I need to close my eyes more often when I'm chewing my food. That's something I do. I did last week and the week before, and it was a game changer for me because it allowed me to slow down during meals and taste the food more if I'm closing my eyes while I'm chewing it. So I think I'm a 7.5 out of 10
Yeah.
as far as in my food and my relationship to food and eating.
How often do you exercise?
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the next adult question: what is it you do in your own words? Like, if you had to describe your job, what is it you do? Not by saying I am, I don't know, coach or whatever. What is it you actually do in your own words?
I make people laugh to the point that they realize that the limiting story they've been telling themselves is bullshit,
Yeah.
and then they release it.
Mm-hmm. So if you could choose, and I'm because I mixed up the questions.
You did very well mixing them up.
Yeah. Now I'll go back to the question that you probably we started with is if you could choose a different type of work to what you're doing now, what would it be?
Oh goodness, I cannot change. I can't change. I'm having too much fun right now. Maybe in 3 years.
But what would it be if you changed
It'd be an athlete.
athlete?
Yeah.
So in 3 years, you just that's the answer of a kid, mom. 2 3 years later. Very good.
I can, I mean, nowadays you can create a sport out of thin air. So I'll just create a sport that I can be really good at, and then win a couple of championships until people become better than I am.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why you put the soccer ball in your flag.
Yes.
Lovely. And I think that's the last question. Ah, no, 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 it's not last question. How many hours do you sleep average?
8.
8 hours, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll put that one down. Sometimes and did that one, did that one. The last two. What is the best thing that came out for you because of COVID?
The best thing that came out for me because of COVID, I think, was that more people got online and started having meetings, of online meetings, and I was able to connect with more people that way. It became normal, or more normal, or less awkward to have meetings online. So I'm very thankful for that, because now it feels like it's pretty normal to set a meeting and have a conversation like you and I are having.
Yes. Okay. Brilliant. So the last question is basically, what have you learned from the last 2 years that you would like the young people to know? So it doesn't have to be positive. Let's say do the negative one, like
Sure.
mistake you that people made or we made or whatever. That's something that you would like them to know.
Sure. It it was that prior to 2 years I was not exercising every day, and with the 2 years I started taking my physical health more serious, not just because of the physical body, but also because of the emotional body and because of the mental bodies and spiritual bodies. So I realized that the relationship between exercising every day and having a healthy spiritual life, or healthy emotional life, or healthy mental life can be measured indirectly or directly for some people to how much a person exercises on a daily basis physically.
Yeah.
So that's something that I like to impart to the kids, that being physically active a couple hours a day, or maybe 4, even 5 hours a day, is amazing. It will help the brain develop better. You help the emotions become healthier because of the chemicals that are released throughout the body, especially if those times of active exercise is done with other humans or pets or animals. So that's something that I like to impart to the young people. Get moving and exercise and have fun. Sports is a great way to do both, to exercise and have fun.
Yeah, because you mentioned you exercise every day. Yeah? That was your answer. So
Yeah.
behind your answer. Lovely. That's all the questions I had for you. I guess as you are the one recording, do you have to send me the video later? Is that how it works? I never recorded anything on a Zoom. Last few interviews I did with the Meet application and some other ones. So is it you who will be sending the video? Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, it's just so I can. It won't be published. It won't be connected to your name. It's just for me to go through the answers and create answer for the young, basically, out of whatever we talked about. It's so lovely talking to you. Actually, it's nearly well, actually, it's midnight here now.
Oh, good. It looks like it's 4 in the afternoon. Looks like it's early.
No, it's 1 minute to midnight at the moment, and I sort of thought like this is actually quite a good way of doing it, because for you is a sort of like afternoon. Is that right?
Yeah, it's 3 p.m. here.
Yeah, so you're fresh and perky and
But
no,
I thought you just woke up because you look fresh and perky.
no, I'm just about to go to sleep actually. And because you very kindly started recording the thing, I don't have to do everything now and write it down. I can just watch the video later.
Yeah, yeah. And you can even read the transcription. I'll send you the transcription too.
Yes. Ah, wow. How do you read that? Is there like a special application you can do that?
What I do is I have the superpower that whenever I play the video, I replay the video, I put my hands on the keyboard and it types at 1,000,000 words a second.
Ah, wow.
No, I'm joking. It's just a tool.
And then you tell me that actually, what, that's quite amazing thing to do, to have the transcription of whatever you're watching, like for lectures for young.
Yeah, there's an app called Otter, and then there's another app called Loom, and so you use one of those to get the transcription.
So what do? You just play the video and it does the transcription for you?
I upload it, wait maybe 2-3 minutes, and then it gives me the transcription.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
But it's an app that eats hamburgers, so I need to feed a hamburger.
Shut up. Yeah, the first time I heard this transcription was when I was doing the Tony Robbins training, and all of his interventions were made into transcript. And I do not believe that he would feed anybody hamburger. Shut up, I don't believe you that one. But I know from, it took me 2 years to finish the training, that the transcriptions will actually probably more helpful than the videos, because they took me back to pay attention to what happened in the video.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's why I asked what apps you use, because I think it will allow me to see back in a video what I want to pay attention to. So if I'm going to get most out of this, they're not really interviews. It's just basically me of putting information together to use them in the future.
Hey, watch out for the plant.
It's called Peace Lily. It's very peaceful. I don't know how peaceful the plant is, but yeah.
Good. This one is called Griselda.
Ah, very nice. It's an orchid. It's a live one?
Yeah.
Ah, very nice. Oh,
Yeah.
I bought a white orchid today for my brother. Very nice. Slightly different one, like I don't know if you know the orchids as such, but I bought him the dendrobium. Those are the ones that are on a spike and have lots of different flowers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it actually smells nice, because you have these orchids you have behind you, and they don't often have a perfume. There is one that has a perfume, but the ones, actually those that I bought for my brother today, they are a perfume was, but it was a white one. And this flower, when he's feeling good, is white as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Nice.
he's got white flowers that look like ballerinas, you know, just like a little thing, and then in the center you have something, and it really looks like a ballerina.
Oh my goodness.
I'll send you a picture one day. They're very nice, the peace lilies, but they can be quite aggressive. As you
Watch
yourself.
out. Yeah. Nice. Well, they can protect you at night too. If
Flowers,
they're
yeah, flowers they do. Actually, you know, sometimes when we think about flowers, we think about them about as like humans, yeah.
oh yeah. This
I
one, I sing to her every day.
don't.
And if I don't, she cries, she yells. She goes, I'm here looking pretty in your videos. You're not gonna sing to me.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, where you are in Mexico. Is that you in Mexico?
I was in Mexico, and for the last 2 months, I've been in San Diego.
Ah, San Diego. So actually, you still have a time for orchids, because where I am now, they all going to sleep now. Their natural uh, life circle is like they flower for 3 to 4 months, the orchids, and some of them sleep for the whole year, so they have no. Well, actually, the orchid when it's in the flower is asleep.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, she's asleep. You can say anything.
Really?
Yeah,
She
yeah.
talks in her sleep.
That's why they last so long, you know. That's why my question, how many hours you sleep, because actually orchids sleep for sometimes 3 to 4 months. That's why they flower so long, because they're in a resting time.
Really?
So we look best when we are asleep. Shut up.
Yes, yes, you're right. And how do you know about this stuff?
I know orchids. I love orchids. I know lots of about plants, but at one time I had about 60 or 70 of them.
What?
Yeah.
Do
And
you
then
have a
I moved country and I left everything behind, but now I got only 25, I think. I've been here
you?
2 years in south of France, and I started collecting orchids again. So yeah.
I want to see them. I need a video of you showing how beautiful they sleep.
Well, at the moment they are awake, so none of them have flowers.
Oh,
Apart from the one that I bought today for my brother. Yeah, that's the only orchid that is in a flower. But my hibiscus is in flower.
you're what?
Hibiscus, I have other plants, you know, not just orchids.
Oh, okay, hibiscus. And then from the hibiscus, oh, which color?
I have a strong red and a soft pink.
Nice.
Yes, the real Chinese color.
Have you ever gotten before they bloom, before they open, have you ever opened the bottom and there's a little liquid and
No,
it tastes like honey?
no, I never done that.
Yeah, if you ever want to sacrifice
Yeah,
a little flower,
yeah. I mean, they have
but
about 20 flowers each at the moment.
so before it opens, when it's the in cocoon, take the green part out and there's liquid there and just drink the liquid.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'll do that tomorrow. That's great. It's actually, yeah, I will do that. It's a good idea. Both of the hibiscus, they were almost dead when I got them. I just felt sorry for them because when I'm off work at the moment, I've been told not to save people, just save plants instead. It's a bit kinder to yourself.
Nice. That's so nice of you.
So I done really well on the hibiscus. You will like them as well. They're beautiful. They're really big and they have about 20 flowers each.
Wow.
But I'm very good with plants. My colleague here, she asked me to dig out a tree, and I said, okay, let's plant it somewhere else. And she said, no, just throw it in a bin because it's not going to live anywhere else. And the tree was asleep for, let's say, 2 months. But I watered it every night, and now it's got beautiful leaves again.
Wow.
So replanting the tree, it was a quite nice experience because everybody thought I'm crazy. So,
Yeah, and you proved them that you are,
yes.
right? Because only someone like you, crazy like you, would believe that a piece of, mostly dead vegetable could live again.
Yeah, it's true. I had
And
a
you,
I had some doubts, but my hope was strong.
yeah.
For Christmas, I felt like I don't want to use a Christmas tree anymore, so I bought myself the clementines, like small oranges.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I bought myself that kind of tree, and I decorated it with the Christmas lights, and then after Christmas it just died. So next to it I planted tomatoes, and the stem that was left after the orange tree was just a support for the tomatoes. And it was
Yeah.
great because actually when we finished with the tomatoes, the orange tree pushed leaves again. So I'm gonna have another Christmas tree this year.
That's amazing.
I just couldn't throw it away. I said, you're gonna live forever. I'll decorate you every year. Doesn't matter if you don't have leaves. But he looks much stronger now. He's got lots of little stems. So it's
Okay,
just
so for Christmas, I'm expecting hibiscus. I'm expecting from you clementines, tomatoes. I'll send you my mailing address. I hope to get your basket by December 25th.
You know what I did this year? I have to admit, I bought tomato plant, and I did find myself quite angry with it because it was green and green and green. And then I realized this is a green tomato that I bought. And because I went to the shop and I said, okay, they had this box with yellow, green, and red tomatoes. And I looked at the green tomato and I said, this looks like just like the green tomato I have on my plant, because they're green and they have this like freckles on them. So
Oh,
I
wow.
found myself apologizing to my tomato plant for
Because,
asking it to get red when it's meant to be green.
wow, interesting. I wonder if you plant a red tomato next to it, if it's gonna be not, then you can have like Christmas tree, a red and green fruits.
Not here, because here actually you get quite cold winters. They would freeze.
Put in your bedroom.
There's too many plants there already. So I was just not. Actually, it would be quite nice, but it wouldn't live because it doesn't have. Tomatoes need to be outside. There is certain air circulation they need, and they need a certain type of air that they would just get. Like the leaves would get a disease. Like if here, for example, the weather is really humid and is stagnant, like the air circulation, the tomatoes won't grow correctly. So you have to pay attention. So indoors, it wouldn't grow.
Good to know. How about, let's see. I was at a store 2 days ago and I saw that they sell plants that eat mosquitoes, or they eat the carnival plants.
You mean the Venus plants?
Yeah.
So like the ones that close like this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, they will eat anything. No, mosquitoes wouldn't sit on them. It would be flies.
Oh, okay. I don't
I
know what the difference. What's the difference?
Well, the difference is that the plant only closes when something touches. So if you take your finger and you touch the little teeth that it has. So in the center there is like a ridge that if you touch it, it will make the plant to close. And mosquitoes will not go anywhere where it seems like they can be trapped, but the flies are attracted by the liquid. And then,
Oh,
oh, you have the trumpets, you know, the Venus plants that are like flowers, like the trumpet flowers. So they don't actually close. All it is that their little roof makes if the fly goes in, she thinks she will never be able to get out because she doesn't see the sky. So she doesn't try to escape.
smart.
Yeah, because the flower doesn't do anything. It's just designed to trick the fly that the flower is closed because she cannot see the sides. The flower is so light, she cannot tell if she's trapped or not. So she just gives up.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's quite tricky, that one. But they are beautiful. These plants, I mean, the ones that close like that, I don't know exactly the Latin name, but the trumpets one are really pretty. They are really quite amazing. They
If you
almost
were,
they
if you
almost
were,
remind of orchids. Yeah, what did you want to say?
if you were a plant, which plant would you be?
Ooh, what was the plant? I don't know. I like all plants. I don't know. I don't have a choice. I like orchids because they stay in the flower for a long time. I had some flowers, like some orchids that were in the bloom, and you would think they are artificial for like 6 months. Like so easy and just so
Yeah,
beautiful. I think it would be orchids, especially with lots of flowers. That makes people happy. Some flower that. My grandma used to call me forget me not.
oh, nice.
Those are the blue ones that you find by paths or rivers.
I'm gonna look them up because I want to know which ones that those are. I've heard.
Forget me nots. They're like blue.
Oh, wow. It's so
Oh,
beautiful with yellow in the middle.
yes, yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Yeah,
So nice.
she used to call me forget me not. Just
Why?
saying
Because you had white, yellow eyes, blue eyes, or
yellow eyes, so shut up. No, because she wanted to point out I need to contact her more often.
ah,
So she would say, "Oh, my forget me not. It's been 2 months now."
ah, that's
So
cute.
it was more applying that I mustn't forget her. But
Nice.
I think because she grew up um, in fields, you know, like working in fields working with geese and cows. She used to see these flowers all the time, so they were like her symbols. So even though I don't have blue eyes, but forget me not was my nickname.
Oh, nice. Very good. So, do you have how many more people are you gonna interview?
I got 15 left, and I today I just thought I have to interview somebody. I have to interview because like I allow my sort of subconscious tell me who I need to talk to. And this person, I think, already wants me to interview them. So it's going to be 16 probably. You know, some of them drop out. Some of them I find, you know, like during the process, like if I speak to a kid, I may think I need to speak to their parent as well. So it's doing it as I'm doing it now makes it a little bit easier on both, if you like. Because this project is for the kids. I want them to make it clear what they need. But for that to happen, the parents have to understand what they needed when they were little. So they will create that space for their kids. And to be able to do that, you have to think about these things that, you know, like how much you sleep, how often you exercise, how does it make you feel? What does your world represents? Why would you put these objects onto your flag? So finding the space for the young to do what they desire to do by asking their parents or grandparents about what they wish they had the opportunity, what would help them to do what they want to do. Because you told me at the beginning yourself that you are very connected to what you wanted to do originally. And that's because you've been, it's only now you are allowed to do what you wanted to do. Yeah, now you make your own decisions, because I know very well that we wish things for our children or for the young, and we forget to ask them what they want. So
That's a
you
good point. Good
building
point.
building a school or center for them has to be based on their true needs. Like that orchid behind you, if you give it what you think it needs, it's gonna die. You have to respect what is that she needs to be so beautiful and to be so strong and to be in the bloom while she's asleep.
Wow.
Yeah. But you know what? Yesterday it just occurred to me why it's so important to speak to kids as well. I was talking to this kid and we were talking about the nightmares, like how they escape their nightmares. It's like it's easy, Vicky, it's so easy. I just exit. And I was like, what do you mean exit? And he's like, oh, I just pressed the exit button. I said, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, like when you have a really bad dream, you just imagine that you are in a game and you press the exit button. And I thought, oh wow, that is like the simplest thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Wow.
the child knows how to be strong even in a sleep. Yeah,
Yeah.
when your underbrain wants to react and talk. And because I work with people who will go to sleep, smash a bathroom wall, and not remember they done it during the day when they wake up. Yeah, those are type of people I work with that have so much anger they don't know what to do with, that they won't remember, and it's only at night when they are asleep they will allow themselves to express. So the kid is like, I am so strong. I know how to get out of this pain just by exiting a game. Talk to a hypnotherapist, what they say. Shut up, that's the best hypnosis I ever heard.
That is the best.
Yeah,
Yes, that is the best. Wow.
exit. When I heard the word exit, I was like, what does the exit like? You just get out of your head? No, it's like in a game, you just press the exit button and the dream is over, the nightmare is over, you finished with it. I'm like,
Yeah.
that is so instant and so powerful. Oh,
All right. I'm gonna borrow that.
I know. That's why I said it to you, because I knew you would. Isn't it great?
Are you
Because
crying?
no, it's just my eyes. You just took it. You just borrowed something. Because I work with parents that would say, my child is having a nightmare, they have to see psychiatrist, or they would say, my child doesn't want to go to sleep. And when I ask them why, they say, oh, they have to hurt themselves before they go to sleep. But this one child just has the perfect strategy and doesn't need the adult to tell them. But the strategies that this child uses during the day serve them at night as well.
Wow.
This is why I'm doing these questions, because I want to know what would serve the young best in the future. Because we can help them to build the future if we know what they really need, not what we think they need.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can borrow that one with the exit. I think it's great. It's just so simple.
Okay. Just because okay, I feel like I need to share one with you that you might want to borrow.
Yeah,
This one has to do with forgiveness.
yeah.
Okay. So you'd imagine someone that you want to forgive,
Mhm.
and then you, in your mind's eye, you see their face, and then you see their face, you see their eyes, you see their nose, their ears, their mouth, their chin. And then you start morphing their eyes to your eyes, their cheeks to your cheeks, their nose to your nose, their mouth to your mouth, their forehead to your forehead, their head to your head. And you realize that all of the forgiveness is actually self-forgiveness.
That's very good.
And you get to forgive the shadow that that person projected or helped you see that you haven't dealt with. So that's something that I'd like to share with you. A quick forgiveness exercise.
That's nice. I like that. That's very good. I do similar things with you know, when you have a person who is scared of somebody, like you'll find out they're scared of their parent or a teacher from a past or everything, and when you question them, you realize that they're scared of, doesn't matter who. They are just scared of certain people. They're for them like monsters, and they run their lives. And it's a similar thing. You just align. Like I work with this young guy who used to be very troubled, and he was a really big fan of Hitler. But the reason why he was the fan, because he was scared of that type of person. And for him, his mother, and I think it was a grandmother, represented very similar qualities. So he was really screwed in his life. He did some stuff, he would run away, and he would leave his own child in a really difficult situations just because he would switch. So we did same exercise where you put all these people next to each other, and in your head, yes, they are really big, they're like much taller than you are, they're really strict, they're really big, and you look at them and you make them shrink to your level. So you look them right in the eye. They mustn't be smaller or they mustn't be taller. They must be exactly the same level. And when they're same level, you realize that they have the same problems like you. They have the same pain like you do.
Mm.
And when you start thinking like he's exactly the same level and he has the same level of pain, he has the same level of I don't know, hurt, you don't see them as dominating anymore. You make peace with these people. So it's a similar thing. But I like the one with the metamorphosis. That's a good one. That's very nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. I like the one you just shared too.
Yeah.
Make them your height. I like that.
Yeah, you need to really stress out the point. You don't make them smaller, you don't make them bigger. They have to be exactly same size. They must have a same type, not same type of problem. They must, the level of their problems is the same. Everything is the same. So is by leveling that you realize that there is no difference, and you're not being manipulated by these people, because that's what these people in their heads are. In fact, they're scared because they don't understand that we are all the same. It's only the understanding which happens through you saying they are not smaller, they are not bigger, they have they own the same eye level, they wear the same type of clothes, they are same holes in their clothes. Everything that is hurting you about yourself because of these people has to be projected onto them. So they're like your reflection and you're not scared of them.
Amazing.
I like hypnosis. You've been doing hypnosis for a long time?
Since as a hypnotherapist since November, and as a client for 15 years.
Ah, very nice. Yeah. I am staying now. This is the second year in my confinement. or lockdown with the hypnotherapist. She's been doing it for 25 years. So I have learned lots from her as well. She
Wow.
speaks only French, so I had to help her translate it into English. But learned the beauty of hypnotherapy immediately, because when I started working with her, I didn't speak enough French to be able to understand. But if you like the subconscious, just by the voice and everything, I just like, I can translate your work. And we've been like the best work partners since then, because we do family therapy here. We work with, with some addiction problems, everything, everything that you can come across. And it's been a really good. I love the work of Milton Erickson, like Milton Erickson. Because
Me
I
too.
like I like telling because my colleague, she's a senior hypnotherapist, and we all need therapists ourselves, don't we?
Yeah.
I'm more of her coach than a therapist, because I don't do this. I just tell her, you need to get out of this hypnosis. You just don't understand. You are living. She's like, I know, Vicky. And like, well, we all need somebody who tells us the truth.
Telling a hypnotherapist to get out of that hypnosis.
Yes, yeah. And
Nice.
she's like, I know, again.
That's good.
And that's what Milton Erickson used to do. Yeah, he would do it through conversations, through not always putting people into it. It was the conversation that would induce the state alpha. It didn't have to be done specifically. It would be the stories, or would be the, like we just shared. That's the kind of hypnotherapy as well. Or like you said, you like when people realize that by you being happy or making them reach into their happy self, life is much easier. Yeah, so that's your work is a therapy, hypnotherapy in many ways, because you know what you're doing before you talk to the people. But it's so wonderful. So yeah, anyway, I won't keep you longer, because I'm sure you got things to go ahead with during the day.
I have now to talk with Griselda and tell her that, hey, how is she talking so much in her sleep? I thought she was awake, and now you're telling me she's asleep.
This is Steve.
Yes. And so are you sleeping like 2 hours a night? Or do you have so much energy that you don't need to sleep?
Well, no, it's because tomorrow I'm starting Life Mastery with Tony. So what I do is 5 days before, I just stay up longer and longer, because like his events are finishing 5 a.m. in the morning.
Mm.
And if I don't switch my sleeping pattern, which I actually found that the US citizens have a much better sleeping pattern than we here. I just like being awake at night and sleeping during the day.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, so like today I slept until almost midday, and then tomorrow I will sleep even longer, because like here the events start 4 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon and finishes 5 in the morning.
Mm.
If I sleep till 7, I'm gonna miss 3-4 hours, because I don't like depriving myself of sleep just to serve somebody. It doesn't serve me, it doesn't serve them. I like to be perky and smiling, because that's how people like me, and it helps them most, when they need some help at these virtual events. But it's so great they're happening, because to have to travel to do this is just physically taxing.
Yeah.
So, and I actually, because of the accident, I cannot do anything else. So this,
True.
this working out perfectly well.
Yeah, and I'm sure your left hand would appreciate, you writing with the left and drawing with the left.
Yeah, and actually my writing with the left hand is much neater. It's like the left side is like appreciating the space that I'm giving it, and I take longer, and suddenly it's like when you eat with closed eyes, all you're doing is just thinking about what you're doing. So that's all it is. And we live on autopilot so much that making a decision to stop and learn something or experience something else is like so much better. And also when I had the accident, I really had my right side and I had lots of pain in my face and everything. And I realized like I need to do something with the other side of my brain. I need to be able to switch. So doing the left hand, I'm completely involved in something that hasn't been involved before. And that's appreciation for the fact that I'm giving myself more space and time. Somebody once told me, and this was one of my biggest breakthroughs, that when we make a decision, if we take the time to think about the decision we are just about to make, we are giving ourselves the biggest gift, because suddenly you feel like you don't actually have to make the decision. It's the fact that you are appreciating that you are making the decision and you're thinking about it, you're giving time. It's just like, I'm not saying I cannot make decisions quickly. I'm a very fast thinker. And once I decide, I decide. The consequences always bother me after. But ever since I just take my time to appreciate the decision I'm just about to make. And if I cannot do that, I know it's not a good decision.
Mm.
And that's the nicest thing. It's like when you say, "Oh, I'm just going to have a cup of tea." But if you think about what the tea is going to do for you before you drink it, you,
Mm.
you don't have to have it anymore. You're already in that state and you're benefiting from the decision of taking a tea already because you're just thinking about it. That's what I'm talking about, if you know.
Yeah, yeah. I, wa- I like that. I like that. It's like experiencing the thing before you do the thing.
Yes.
Um,
It's experiencing the decision.
Experiencing the decision. Yeah.
If you want, like, if you want, you could compare it to the other case where if I offer you a rotten apple and I tell you eat this rotten apple, you're gonna make yourself feel sick before you eat the apple because you already decided that apple is gonna make you sick. So it's the same thing.
Yeah. So I could decide that the apple is gonna make me stronger and then eat the apple.
Yeah,
Or
because
that I can make wine or vinegar with the apple. And the wine and vinegar is super healthy.
what you're doing, you are making the decision to benefit you before you actually do that.
Yeah. That's nice. I like that.
It's
It's like
quite,
it's
yeah,
like anticipation
yes,
turned into chemicals.
yes, yeah. That's why I ask in the questionnaire how much the kids or the adults know about chemistry, history, and all that. So every question has its reason how it affects us in the way we are now. If we just knew a little bit more about that and stuff. But yeah,
Good. Thank you so much for your time and
thank you
for
for,
interviewing me today.
yes, it was such a lovely conversation and I learned so much. I'm so glad I took that decision to interview you. And doing it before going to sleep, it just made me feel really good.
Yeah, now you can eat with your eyes closed. You
Yeah.
can you can actually try sleeping with your eyes closed and see what happens.
Yes, imagine. No, I sleep with eyes
What
closed.
else could you do with your eyes closed so you can enjoy it better? Yeah, many things.
Yeah, people like this is the thing. People often say to me, Vicky, when you smile, you almost close your eyes. You know, like your cheeks go so high or you cry. And I like, that's it. You know, I cried enough tonight. So that's good. You can cry with the eyes closed. You can smile with the eyes closed and eat. That's a good one. That's a good one. See how are your sensory?
Well, it's you close the eyes after you put the food in your mouth.
Okay.
Yeah, you might need to wear protective eye protection
Goggles.
goggles. Yes.
He just end up with the fork in your forehead. You can't.
Yes.
Oh, well, super. Thank you ever so much, Fernando. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Anytime you want to interview me, you know where to find me. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, thank you.
Have fun at the event starting tomorrow.
Yes, are you there this time? Because you are at lots of his events. I noticed you on a big screen the other day. Well, a few times.
Oh yeah, I think that was what, business mastery, I think.
Yeah.
Since then, I've been very intensely focused on the better breakup solutions, the relationship agreements, the NLP therapies. So those three, I've been building like three programs, three websites at the same time, and on the side doing one-on-ones as well.
Yeah.
So I haven't had much time to actually network with the people from the events, but I hear like I'm in a few channels like the Discord channel or the WhatsApp group, and I hear people sharing certain things, and I go, okay, in maybe a couple more weeks I'll be able to reach out and start doing uh being more community oriented.
Yeah, lots of people do it for community. I mean, like, I find his work so valuable, especially now when, like, Lauren Lahab, who does the life mastery, because he passed it on to her, is just so nice. And I've been waiting for that to see how he helped those people find themselves to be able to do the same work as he does. Like, he's not going to be around for forever. So to be able to find people who can carry on with your work, and even into such an extent where it makes him happy to see that, because he is changing a lot, his work is changing, life is changing, the world is changing, but these people are just being so well trained. It's just so lovely to see, because it's getting bigger and bigger, and it's really like when I'm serving at these events, I just smile all the time. I don't feel like doing anything else. I just feel so happy to see that people like to connect. That's all it is, and in such a beautiful way that even in some of the most difficult situations, they are able to be vulnerable, like you said at the beginning. Because even just this interview is being vulnerable, and because you didn't know what I'm going to ask you. I don't forward the questions. I had parents who said, Vicky, can you send me the questions before? And I said, no, this is no, you're not supposed to put me in a hypnosis. I want to get out everything that's there as it is authentically. I don't need you to prepare. I don't want that. I want to have an intervention which is the most you. Doesn't matter if it's painful or if it's happy. So, thank you.
Amen. Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing how life mastery goes,
Yeah.
uh, and perhaps hearing the miracle of your hand healing overnight. And
That's a good one.
I mean, it's something that I've read in books that, you know, that talk about miracles. It happens for some people. It happens for other people more often. So it's really about community and sharing the good vibes,
Yes,
and it's really about the kids because
yes,
they're the future.
yes. And I tell you what, the first day that I had the accident, it wasn't too bad. I was in a shock. But the second day, I had so much pain. I was just so upset with myself that I put myself through that. And not only I couldn't sleep myself, and I just felt like I suddenly wasn't able to overcome that pain with a smile. I just felt really at my lowest for doing this again. And people were saying, "Bah, you could have died." And it just was really getting into me. And that evening, I had, yeah, it was the second day after. I was working with a friend of mine. We were talking for an hour, and he's a really good writer, and he publishes books. And he asked me because we were going through. Well, I'm writing a book about my dad, and he asked me like, Vicky, what love means to you? And in that question, I connected to my father so much that I just, like, his biggest pain point was he couldn't deal with rejection, so he killed himself. But in answering that question, I connected to him so much that my answer to that question was like, love is basically, just throwing it all away and jumping. And that second it went through my head, I had no pain.
Hmm.
I didn't take painkiller. I could do anything with my arm. I could do exercise. I could do yoga. It was such a strong infusion of love through understanding to what that word meant to me, that it, like, all my nerves, all my muscles, it was amazing. It was like,
Wow.
I had to write that down because we were going through the book, and he's doing the ghostwriting, and I just felt like that is quite scientific. I mean, I took off my demobilizers, and I could do anything without a single pain. There was nothing, and my wrist is broken in many places, like, the small parts you have. It's not actually the wrist; it's the things that control your fingers. And that feeling, it just numbed every single pain in my body. I like, if you ask good questions, you get some good answers.
Yes.
And it was just like, yes, this is why I like what I do. And this is maybe why you like doing the hypnosis, because when you find the real answer to your questions, that's when we heal. And it's so instant. Yes, I have pain now because I have disconnected from that dose of painkiller that is probably the strongest. And that's, like we said, when we make that decision to appreciate something before we actually have it.
Yes. Yes. It gets us prepared to
Yeah,
having it.
yeah. I mean, carry on with doing what you're doing. It's so important, like, especially for the people you're talking about that you want to help. You can't imagine, because my dad was a soldier and he never recovered. And if
Mm.
there was anyone who could help him that time, I would have still have a dad, but then I would never learn the experience how finding an answer to important question can change how you feel physically.
Yeah. The questions.
Yes, your work is very important. And I just share that with you because to me it would, like, if I could scientifically prove that's what happened, like, it's amazing. You can only describe and trust that people who are listening to you believe you, but it was just a miracle.
Totally.
Didn't last for more than a day because I went to sleep straight after. But I was in a shock. I was like, why didn't I know this before?
Yeah. There's a book called The Power of no, The Intention Experiment. The Intention Experiment. And in
Yeah,
that book, there are a lot of scientific studies used by the author on either praying for someone or for some people or sending them a positive intention, and how it changed the healing speed to the humans or plants. And I wonder if in that book there's some scientific studies that are similar to what you might find closer to yours, because you had a question and then from that question the pain subsided. There might be something there, because that doctor, she specializes in doing experiments and finding scientific data to things that happen in the mind and things that happen in thought.
yeah. So what was the book called? The Tension of Experiments.
The intention experiment.
The Intention
Experiment. And then she has another book called The Power of Eight. And after a few years in between the two books, she realized that 8 people is an amazing number to gather to send intentions to another person.
I heard that somewhere before.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 people. Okay, well, that's a good. What was her name? Do you know the name? Or if I just Google it, I'll
Yeah,
come.
just Google, yeah.
The Intention Experiment. Lovely.
And the Power of Eight.
Power of 8.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, that was very helpful information I got just now. Thank you so much.
That's the whole reason why we met today.
Maybe, yes. Not maybe, for sure. This is when we appreciate the decision we make before we make them, that we allow for so much more to come, because it surprises us. This surprised me, but in many ways, what happened that evening surprised me as well. And it was because I was happy to go into the conversation. I was happy to stay up till 1 o'clock tonight. And I'm still perky. So when I go to sleep, I go to sleep happy because.
Yeah. And then you might just find how your hand might go,
Yeah.
hey, thanks for protecting me with this harness, and check it out. I can move.
Yeah.
It might. I'm not saying they will, but it could.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't hurt at the moment. And I actually take it off all the time. And I've been told off that legally I have to have it on, because if I do not recover enough for the time, it's not going to be okay. I'm just ignoring the pain, let's put it that way.
Okay, got it.
So.
Yeah. Maybe you can use your left hand to tickle your right hand and
Yeah.
feel appreciated for all the healing it's doing inside.
Yeah.
Just
So
maybe.
yeah, you did what I did with the doctor, because he said like, no, you really have to have it in the plaster because it's smashed and it's gonna have to be broken again if it's not grown together properly, and you don't get rid of the inflammation. And I said like, well, I like the best healing thing for it. I can feel the wind, because this I can take off. With the plaster, I wouldn't, and I would just smash it because. I have
Yeah.
it on now, so I'm not doing any writing, and I have to have it on when I'm asleep, because it is very painful when I move my arm during the night. But the best thing is just to take the thing off and put my hand onto the sun, or onto the wind. Just the healing of the nature and the circulation of the air, or doing what you said, just to be able to pat it and say it's gonna be okay. Next time you're not taking the bike, you it. my colleague, he said, Vicky, you haven't sold the bike yet. And I said, I'm not planning to. And she said, Vicky, you got to sell the bike. And I said, shut up. This is the second time you are not taking the bike again. But I know what you mean by making it better, by giving it instead of taking away the movement and protecting it, you know.
Yeah, maybe the orchids can, can touch the hand of the orchids, have the orchids heal it. Also put your hand on trees.
Yeah,
If you have animals, have the animals lick your hand.
yeah, that's it. We don't have any animals here, but
Maybe have your roommate lick your hand.
no, I don't have one. She's a colleague, she's crossed the garden and she's away. She's not here at the moment. But you know what I did not a long time ago? Do you have lizards where you live?
Mhm.
You have lizards. So they are very scared creatures, yeah?
What?
Lizards are very scared. They don't come close to humans normally.
Right.
Yeah. Is that your experience with them?
Yeah. That if they see a human, they usually run away.
Yeah. So try to do what they do. Open your fingers like that and put them on the ground and stare at them with both of your hands like that, like with the open hand. And just do that and see what happens. They come.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like, like Milton would say, you're copying their behavior. They trust you. They think you're part of, you have to be lowered down.
Yeah.
Last time I done that experiment, it took me 5 minutes, but the lizard was behaving like I wasn't there. She came across my hands. She was like, I wasn't moving because the lizards are scared of movement, shadow. But because I did this, and she was like, no way.
Yeah.
And such a scared creature just came. The communication was clear, the behavior was copied, and it worked.
Does that work with people too, or just lizards?
No, it works because if you came on a call now and you copying.
No, I'm talking about doing this, putting the hands on the ground.
It works with people who live like that. Yeah, it's like otherwise people find you strange and they think, hold on.
Okay, next time you do that, I want to see a video, okay? I want to see a video of the lizard coming to you. I want to see a video of your rapport techniques of matching and mirror and matching. I want to see it, okay?
Yes.
We need to document these things, Vicky. This is serious stuff.
This is scientific.
Yeah. I mean, we need to share this info with the kids that they can also communicate not only better with their parents,
yes,
with their siblings, but also with lizards.
With nature. And lizards specifically. Oh God. Actually, you made me think of something I need to put into the questionnaire, and it's something about animals and nature. Yeah.
Did you write with your right hand?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's good, it works. I told you, but when you have the feeling that you are in that state of comfort and love, the pain is just not there or intense. The moment you start focusing on it, it starts coming back, even though it's not coming back at the moment. So I guess over the hour and a half, almost 2 hours, I relaxed my nerves and my muscles so much that I can use my right hand. I mean, I can use it. That's why I have this, so I don't use it.
Yeah.
I found some way how I can still use it.
Nice. Good.
So, yeah, I'll read the book. I'll go on Amazon and I'll order it straight away.
All right. Well, let me know how it goes with the interviews. I'm very excited to hear how it goes because I want to see, like I was chatting with some colleagues on Friday about how everything I do goes through a question. And if the answer is no, I don't do it. And the question is it good for children? Yes or no? So when I do my programs, my sessions, everything is, if it's good for children, it's good for everyone. Even if I'm creating something for adults, I create as if it was for children as well. And I found that that comes then with fun, laughter, simplicity. And the adults appreciate it so much more. And so I'm really excited about what you are up to, because helping the adults understand what they needed as children will bring awareness to them granting that very same thing to their kids.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and that is probably your strongest belief that makes you do what you do. Yeah. If it's good for the children. Because
Yeah,
the first response was about the if it's safe and if it's to do with vulnerability. But actually there is a question before that, and that's if it's good for children as well. So that is your strongest question. So really, you were able to answer finally at the end of it. Come on.
come on, you want me to give it away in the beginning? You gotta fight for it.
Yeah, thanks. Good. I'm glad you came to that because that is your strongest belief that makes you kind as you are. It's a big one, and that's why it's good we talking because you have the same strong beliefs that I do, and that's so lovely.
That
And
is lovely.
I'll let you know if I found anything interesting in the intention experiment, because you probably may connect to that as well.
Yeah, I love that. Yes, I love to know, because I've been practicing with a few folks distance healing, not so much in the last month, but I really enjoy the idea of distance healing. So
Yeah,
um, something could happen
yeah,
from this.
yeah. It's nice that you decided that the healing works already, so you appreciate the decision.
Yeah, yeah,
Power of
totally.
decision experiment.
Exactly. That'll be your book.
Yes. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, bless you, Fernando. Thank you ever so much. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Bless you too. I hope to see you again soon. Have a
Yeah.
good preparation for life mastery.
Yeah. Laugh
Have
mastery. Did you just say laugh mastery?
laugh mastery.
I like that.
Isn't that what you said? Laugh mastery. I thought you said laugh.
It is a laugh mastery. Good one.
Have fun with the ice baths and the
Yes.
celery juices.
Oh, now I torture people with them.
Oh, the ice will definitely speed up the healing for your hand.
No, no thanks. I already decided that's not gonna happen. I hate the cold.
You could have your roommate, your colleague do it for you, and you get the benefits.
No, she hates cold as well. She's not gonna put me through that. She has
Okay.
already decided that's no kind thing to do. I am grateful for that.
Yeah, Wim Hof is a very unkind man. He's been teaching this thing, the ice baths, and it's just making the world a cold, cold place.
Yeah, and do you know why he does it? Do you know his story? No.
No.
Find his story and you'll know.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because last time I was, I don't know, it was actually at the Live Mastery he was talking about it. Because he lost his, no, you find out.
Okay.
Find out. I don't,
Fine.
I don't know.
Fine. You're not gonna give it like that. You're not gonna give it up so easy, are you?
Now, because you have to change your idea about it
I already changed it.
by finding out why he is doing the code experiment.
Good. I think it's his life mission. It's his lesson in life. And some people are drawn towards it. I found that when I play, like yesterday, I played volleyball for 3.5 hours
Yeah,
in the ocean here. The water is so cold.
yeah,
And I went into the ocean for maybe 20 seconds. And today I feel nothing. I feel like I didn't work out because it heals, speeds up it's not healing, it's called, it's a way for the muscle to go to grow its new cells from expanding, and
yeah.
there's a word, but yeah, so I like it for athletics, for sports.
Yes, because you forget your pain in some ways, and you freeze the pain.
Well, but see, I didn't have pain.
Yeah.
I ran for 3.5 hours, jumped for 3.5 hours. If I didn't go into the cold water for 20 seconds today, my body would still be working to rejuvenate those muscles. And for some reason, the cold does it in 20 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like a chemical reaction that happens in your nervous system.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he explains it, but if when you read about it, you'll understand.
Okay.
Especially with what you do, you will understand how profound for him what he does is
Yeah.
for himself, and how he affects the functions in his body by that simple decision to proceed with it every time.
True. One thing I don't understand why his body is not as athletic looking as it could be.
No, because when you read it, you'll see he's dealing with emotional pain, which has obviously been more powerful for him than the physical pain, and that's why he has to go to extremes. But you'll find out, and you see it's very interesting because not many people know this about him. If you can't find out, I'll see if I can
Oh, I don't no, I'm already, it's not even like I don't need to find out, because one of my lessons in this lifetime is to trust my gut feelings. And one of the lessons is to be okay with looking at a person's physical body and
yeah,
being okay in seeing that person's life story.
yeah,
Not what they say,
yeah,
not what they do in front of me, but what their physical body actually looks like in the moment. And that being their biography. Their physical body is their biography. And being okay with it. Being okay with shutting down their voice, their actions, is looking at the body, you're looking at the autobiography.
yeah.
And the few times I didn't listen to that, I paid a high price in life. And now I just gave it up. Like I won't fight it anymore. I'll just look at people's physical bodies. That's their autobiography. It doesn't matter if they have the most beautiful words to say. I'll take what resonates and I'll leave everything else. Um, yeah.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. And will you send me the recording? Yeah, because I do the same. At the beginning, I thought, how am I going to ask him if I can record this if he will understand what I mean? But you understand very well.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll have my assistant also send you. Ask her to send you the link to Loom, and then you have the video. Plus, on the right side, you're gonna see the transcription, and you can copy and paste straight from the website.
Yeah.
And if you are going through different texts, it will if you click on a different text, let's say you're searching for a word, and then you skip to that text and you click on the text, you will move the video to match where the text is.
Wow. Yeah, that's it. That's what I was talking about. When what it's written takes you back to observe the physical body and how how what's happening really.
Yes, yes, yes. You do have to feed the robot though. The robot, it likes snacks, peanut butter jelly, cheeseburger. So you have to feed something to it. So you gotta be nice to the robots.
Goodness. It's so cool. I can't believe it. But good, good. I'm very pleased and I thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, I thank you. All right, I'll see you soon. Have a good night.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.